the phone. I had reached my limit. I couldn't let her get away with it without showing her some consequences. A few hours later, I headed to the venue of the welcome party with the man I had brought along. When we arrived, the party was about to end. Wilma spotted me and approached with a smirk. "Oh, you're here now? It's almost time to finish. Honestly, even though you're the organizer, you're utterly useless." Then she noticed the middle-aged man standing next to me. "Who's this old man? Today is a company party. What's the use of bringing an old man like him?" She burst into laughter while clutching her stomach. Nearby, Patricia, the company president, approached the man and started talking to him. "Oh, what's the matter, dear?" "Huh? Dear?" Wilma looked puzzled. "Let me introduce you. This is Andrew, my husband. He runs various food and beverage businesses." Mr. Hicks stares at Wilma and asks me, in a bad mood, "This is her. Is that right?" "Yes, that's right," I nodded slowly. "Why did you cancel the reservation for 100 people?" "Huh?" "It was you, wasn't it?" "Oh, well, it was me, but how did the president's husband know that?" It turned out that the Japanese restaurant was once owned by Patricia's husband, who runs multiple restaurants. As I was having trouble choosing a venue, Patricia helped by showing me the restaurant. It was a high-end establishment listed in the Michelin Guide. With Patricia's introduction, I asked for a reservation for 100 people. So the cancellation by Wilma, apparently for the purpose of harassing me, was unreasonable. Patricia looked stunned. Mr. Hicks confronted Wilma. "I'll make sure you pay for 100 people. It was only natural because they prepared food for 100 people and it got wasted instead. "I'm very sorry." "Didn't you think about the cancellation fee? It's $8,000. "What? That much?" "Of course. It was a reservation for 100 people. All the hard work we put into preparing the food was ruined. It's a terrible inconvenience." Mr. Hicks was quite furious. "I understand. Then we'll cover the $8,000 as company expenses." Company expenses? Would that $8,000 fall under company expenses? There's no way that can be done, right, Miss Patricia? Patricia, the president, had been furrowing her brows at Wilma for a while now. "Do you often make expense claims like this?" "Well, President, surely this can be done. As the welcome party, it's part of our duties. So why not the cancellation fee?" Patricia, with a frowning expression, asked Wilma for more details, and they left the restaurant together. When they came back, Wilma seemed teary-eyed, and I struggled to contain my laughter. Later, Wilma received a severe reprimand from Patricia and Mr. Hicks for her actions. She was suspended for a while due to this incident. She was also subjected to internal investigations to see if there were any other irregularities. But I still had something to do. I requested a meeting with the president. "What's wrong? What do you want to talk about?" Patricia seemed unaware of what I was going to talk about. I showed the president some documents. They were something I had previously asked my colleague in the accounting department for. "What's this?" Looking at the documents, the president began to tremble with anger. "Call Wilma right now." Wilma arrived a few hours later. "What can I do for you?" she asked Patricia fearfully with a pale face. "What's this?" Patricia, the president, threw the documents I handed her at Wilma. As Wilma looked at the documents, her face turned pale. "These documents are evidence of the various fraudulent expense claims made by you. You're claiming expenses for drinking with a young male employee almost every day, and even claiming hotel expenses and receipts for luxury access. It's outrageous to treat the company as your personal piggy bank. Did you really think you could get away with this?" "I'm terribly sorry." Wilma apologized profusely. "I'll contact you later about your punishment, but be prepared." Patricia essentially handed down her dismissal. Wilma began to kneel and beg. "Please, anything but getting fired. I don't want to hear any excuses. Leave now, Patricia ordered, and sobbing, Wilma clung to the president's legs. Please, let it slide. Just spare my job, please. You're so persistent. Enough of this. With that, Patricia kicked Wilma away. Wilma crouched on the ground, crying endlessly. It was the first time I had seen a grown person cry so much. After that, the investigation continued, revealing several more instances of fraudulent claims. The company charged all of them to Wilma, and the amount totaled in the millions. Of course, Wilma was fired on the spot. On her last day at the company, Wilma showed up at the office, presumably to clear out her belongings. As soon as she saw me, she immediately dropped to her knees and started begging. Can you please ask the president for me? I have mortgage loans to pay, and I can't afford to lose my job. Of course there's no way I would do that, I coldly replied. What? Remember this? Wilma's face turned crimson, and she stormed out of the company. After that, Wilma struggled to find stable employment, burdened with debts. In such a small industry, negative rumors spread quickly. It must have made it difficult for her to find another job. She went from living in a high-end apartment with expensive rent to residing in a cheap old apartment. She barely managed to make ends meet by working multiple low-paying part-time jobs. As for me, my career was going well, and I was working overtime every day. On this day, too, work ran late, and I ended up leaving the office just before the last train. As I left the company building and headed towards the station, I noticed a suspicious figure lurking behind the company premises. The person seemed to be spreading some liquid around the building. Hey, what are you doing? I approached the person, who turned around. It was Wilma. Huh, Wilma? She looked scrawny and unrecognizable. There was a strong smell in the air, and I instinctively covered my nose. It smelled like gasoline. Wilma was spreading gasoline around the company building. This is all because of you. I'm going to burn down this company. She yelled and tried to light a lighter. What are you doing? Stop! I grabbed Wilma's arm and struggled to take away the lighter. However, Wilma, surprisingly strong, was not easy to restrain. Someone help! Then security guards began to gather around. What's going on? Please help. This person is trying to set fire to the company. Fortunately, they helped me restrain Wilma and take away the lighter. We called the police, and Wilma was arrested on the spot for attempted arson. I couldn't believe someone would think of setting fire to the company. If I hadn't found her, it could have been a disaster. Arson is a serious crime, so she won't be getting out of jail anytime soon. Wilma was beyond redemption, but on the other hand, she served as a good example, as a lesson. I'll continue to conduct myself with humility and integrity in my career. I want to keep working hard to maintain this happiness in the future.